You should have been home a long time ago. Why didn't you call and tell me you'd be late? Dinner was ready hours ago. Hey, are you even listening to me? I'm talking to you. Oh, I exclaimed, a little surprised to find myself in our house. Hello, darling, I didn't see you there. Don't hello, darling me. Where have you been? Why didn't you call? You had me worried. I'm sorry. I had a really weird conversation today and I'm trying to deal with it. Conversation? Who were you talking to instead of going home? What did you talk about? Do you remember Teresa? You don't mean the girl who lived next door to our first apartment, do you? The one who was in love with you. She was 17 and graduating from high school, so not really a kid. Besides, we were only 21, so we weren't even that much older than her, but yeah, that Teresa. It was my turn to make afternoon coffee, and I ran into her at the coffee shop. So you spent hours talking to her instead of going back to work or coming home. Oh no, I only talked to her for about 5 minutes while I was waiting for my coffee. Then why are you only coming home now after all this time? It took a long time to digest what was said in those 5 minutes. Okay, what did she say? She told me she was still in love with me and wanted me to ask her out once the divorce was final. Divorce? Since when are we getting a divorce? Yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit too. Let me go back and tell you the whole story. Hey, Charlie, I've missed you since you moved out. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, Teresa. I'm keeping busy with work and a little home remodeling. How are you doing? I'm busy all the time, too. I'm in nursing school right now. I'm also working part-time at the health department, living with my mom to cut costs. You should stop by for a visit sometime. In fact, once your divorce is final, you should stop by and pick me up for a date. I'm single, and you know I've had a crush on you since the day you moved in next door. What? I'm not getting a divorce? I was shocked when the happy expression on her face was replaced with disgust. So you're one of them, aren't you? Are you in her cage, too? Oh, well, never mind. I hope you're both happy. Her expression changed again, replaced by sadness as she turned to leave. I grabbed her shoulder and turned her back to me. What are you talking about? I didn't understand anything after hi. Why do you think I'm getting a divorce? You can't blame it on me and then just walk away. She looked a little embarrassed and lowered her head, unable to look at me as she answered. You weren't on her list, so I assumed you'd split up. I just figured the divorce must not have been final since she used your last name. What list? I have no idea what you're talking about. Her sad look perked up a little as she looked at me again. The list of her sexual encounters. When she was diagnosed with an STI, she had to provide a list of all her sexual partners to the health department so they could be notified to get tested. She didn't include you on the list. After I took my coffee away, I quickly stopped by the doctor's office where they were kind enough to get me in for testing without an appointment. I then walked to the lake and listened to the waves crashing on the shore as I pondered the life choices before me. My wife became very nervous and asked, So what have you decided? I think I'll take her to that new Italian place we talked about and then we'll dance.